Let's see if we can get sound now. I think we're good now with sound. So hopefully we should be good with sound. I don't know what the deal is with this live and sound. They really don't like me. So anyway, sound's on. Hopefully everybody is good with that sound now. You can let me know if we've got sound. Yay, sound. All right. So good morning to all. I'm Allie with PotomacBeads.com as well as PotomacBeads.eu. And we're going to do a weekly wrap up, letting you know what is new this week, what is new, again, in the beading world, what is new from us here at Potomac Beads, show you some cool new things, as well as some tips and techniques and tricks that go along with it. The first thing that I wanted to do, because we're so close to this, is wish you guys a happy holiday, Merry Christmas. I'll wish you a Happy New Year when we do the next live, but I realize for many of you, this is going to be my last opportunity to come to you live prior to the holidays and let you know that we are, having a happy and Merry Christmas. I'll also be having a stream kind of letting you know the different things that happened this year and the different things that you got to check out here at Potomac Beads. So the first thing I wanted to go over when you're looking at it, and thank you, Cookie, you as well. So the first thing I wanted to go over was up here in the corner that you can see, and actually down below me too that you can see, is our new logo. So I should do like drum roll, please. Anna and I actually introduced this logo on Tuesday at our design challenge when we were working and getting in each other's faces, kind of stealing our designs and working with them as well. And we have a new logo. So hello to everyone. Yay, I know sound is back up. And if you check out in the bottom corner, because it's our new YouTube logo as well, and then in the top corner, we have that new logo. Let us know what you think about the logo. It was a big work in process. We wanted to switch it and make that change after 14 years, change it up a little bit. We do a lot more when it comes to the beading with some smaller beads and different type beads, and we felt like the Potomac Bead Company logo with the silver Bollywood bead was not exactly what we were going for look-wise, so we decided to change it up. So yay, thanks. I'm glad everyone likes it so far. It was ridiculed, and we had a long time going over and moving it just slightly to the left and adding different beads and changing the size of the beads. And I like it. I think it has a nice clean look as well. And we'll be kind of launching that and spreading it out as we go. We also changed from the Potomac Bead Company to Potomac Beads, and that's the idea that that's our website, and that's our link to that as well. There's been so many changes this year, and the new logo is just kind of one of those to get it started. So we're going to be introducing the new logo, and really 2019 is going to be the year of the new logo as we switch over 14 years of the old logo. So there are still some things that we have here at Potomac Beads that have the old logo that will be switching for, I'm sure, 14 years to come. So that's kind of fun to look forward to, changing it on all the pictures, all our graphics, all of that as well. So hello to all of you that are joining us, and thanks again for joining me here on this YouTube Live. If you haven't checked it out, we usually do Tuesdays with Facebook and do Facebook Live. I know some of you don't have Facebook, and that's why we're doing this option for YouTube Live as well. I also really like the idea of the YouTube Live because I can see the comments way quicker and way faster than I can with the Facebook Live. So I actually can interact with you a little bit more, see what you have to say, and wish you a Merry Christmas in real time as well, not going back and kind of figuring it out. The first thing that I wanted to do this week is tell you what we have going on as far as our deals and our sales. Many of you took advantage of the Super Duo deal that was going on, and now I wanted to do kind of an unboxing or an unveiling. And these are our Gemstone grab bags. So I picked 3 Gemstone grab bags randomly out. Oh, look, I have one on. That just happened, and it really wasn't planned, that I happen to have on the same gemstones that are in one of the bags. Whoa, that just kind of happened, and I'm excited that that happened. It's like I planned it. I can pretend that I planned to have on exactly one of the ones that's in the grab bag. But I wanted to do a little bit of an unveiling of these grab bags and show you exactly what the contents are, because there's still some left. So if you get out of, or if you get a chance to get some of these, you can check them out and see them in all their glory, and I wanted to show you what's inside of them, because you can only do so much in a picture and show you so much. So I keep going big and small, and I'll see here kind of how I can get you the best look at these grab bags. And what I was going to do was show you 3 different grab bags. Every grab bag is different, so I'm going to show you 3 different grab bags and exactly the contents that are in the different grab bags. So the first thing that I thought I would do is a blue grab bag. So here in the blue grab bag, I will do kind of unpacking and have that out. So in each grab bag is a variety of things. Anna actually hand-picked all the grab bags and made them. My kids and Nathan and lots of people, including one of our staff members, Shelly here, that we have a little bit part-time, happened to create all of these little bags. And then what we did is we put them together with things that we thought would look really nice. So when you're looking at it, and you can see whether or not you have grabbed grab bags, or you can kind of request colors in the comments. We'll do our best, but again, they're completely random. So this is a blue grab bag. So I thought I would go into kind of what's in it. It's not necessarily all blue beads. It's something that's going to work in the different color range and with the different beads that are kind of in here. So Anna has great color, great design. She decided to have fun and put the grab bags on. So the first thing that is in here is, we'll go with the littlest. We'll go littlest to big. So we have little beads as well as big beads. There's some amethyst, some lapis rounds in 6 millimeters. This one actually got another lapis round, some matte turquoise in a 6 millimeter round. We have some blue lace agate in faceted ovals. Then we'll stick with that blue lace agate as well. So we have the blue lace agate in the oval as well. And then we have some turquoise in the nuggets. So we've got turquoise nuggets as well, and have those in a number of different quantities. And we have those in Mike, and the timing of the camera is out of sync. Awesome. And don't know if I can do anything about that. Don't know either, Anna. Let's see if I can do anything about that. We'll refocus the camera, see if that does anything, and have fun with that being out of sync. Again, just like before, I can talk slowly or go from there. That will talk a little bit slower. But going through, so I showed you the smaller things that are on, and then we kind of get into the bigger. This, when you get bigger, the idea is that it can be done as a actual kind of necklace mix. I actually am wearing one of the ones that is in the natural colored stones and working with those different ones as well. And then I have some demortarite, some turquoise, some amazonite, some dyed purple jade, the fun little marshmallow bead, that's what I think it looks like, and some blue jade as well. So, and blueberry quartz. So I'll put this all back in, and you can see down here, go in, and I'm going to do a brown one too now. So I'm going to do the unpacking of the brown one as well and go for that. So you can understand the sync is just a bit off. If I talk slower and pre-think of what I'm going to say, maybe it won't affect it. But here is, hello to everyone again that's just joining us. Here is the brown bag. Like I said, I happen to have these on. So these are the tiger's eye that are actually hanging from here. And this is a nice natural stone mix that it's tiger's eye and some agate, some citrine, some what else do we have? Jade here, some picture jasper, another jasper that I can't identify right away, blue laced and white laced agate, and a beautiful Botswana agate pendant. So it's a really big variety when you're looking at these and kind of checking them out. And like I said, you can suggest and ask for colors that you prefer. We've had people say, please send a blue, please send a pink. We'll do our best that we can, but they do vary and they do kind of have them. Also, if you are happening to chat for some reason on my computer that I said was awesome because the chat works, chat is not happening in real time for me either. So you get me a little bit delayed, and also the chat is a little bit delayed. So maybe I'll take back that whole Facebook is a little bit, or YouTube's a little bit nicer than Facebook. Not so much, maybe today. So the other thing that I have here is a kind of pinkish red, and there's some rose quartz, there's some carnelian, there is some orange sardonyx, some jasper, some rhodonite, some pink magnesite, some rose and cherry quartz, some bridgegated jasper, and more rose quartz. So it's a lot of gemstones in varieties that go along together, which is really cool. So yeah, gotta love technology, exactly. So that's how you know it's a real live and not recorded, is that it would be perfect if even if we recorded it, it still wouldn't be perfect. Honestly, that's kind of not our name of the game. I'd rather come to you and come to you regularly, even if it's not perfect, than not come at all and have it perfect. So that is the grab bags that I wanted to bring to your attention, show you they're available now, and they're actually only $7. So if you're looking to get a nice deal, do a lot of stretchy bracelets out of them, some earrings. Like I said, I actually kind of have a grab bag necklace on. I didn't even try that. I just kind of grabbed one, and this has that tiger's eye on it, and then some of that turquoise, and going up with some of the sodalite and lapis as well. So that just happened. I can say that it happened on purpose, but it didn't. It just happened to be. So if you're looking to get those gemstone grab bags, that's a little bit of a sneak peek what is in those grab bags. We'll have them for a limited time. They're basically 14 years of collecting gemstones. We reorganized our warehouse and we realized we have boxes and boxes of gemstones. So we thought that there's a lot of people that may not want a full strand of these actual gemstones. So I thought that we could actually break them down and give them to you almost in a pre-selected color range, because Anna did a great job with this. And having that pre-selected color range would give you the opportunity to get a lot of different beads that you could again do as earrings, do as stretchy bracelets. You can even put beaded beads in between and have fun working with them as well. So if you are getting the grab bags, make sure to give a little thumbs up, like it, let us know that you are going to be working with them and what colors you want. We can kind of make that happen. The other thing that came back in stock, and I feel like I should do a little drum roll again, a yay, they're back in stock, is the actual bow trios. So the bow trios, one of the hard things with the bow trios is that the production is done specifically for us because they are our beads, and sometimes it takes longer than expected. So yeah, you can also buy the gemstone grab bags in Europe too. Thanks Irma for reminding me. So if you're watching and you're one of our .eu customers, make sure that you're going to that .eu page. That way you're not paying those custom fees. They're already included in it versus importing from the US. I wanted to show you the bow beads, and the reason that I wanted to show you that they're back in stock is because we actually added a new color, and the new color that we added was the rose gold. I brought back some of the other tones of those golds and coppers so that you could see them, and then you'd get a better idea of what the actual color of the rose gold is, because sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes rose gold is super coppery, sometimes it's really bright gold. There's no standard for the rose gold, so I wanted to show what the actual color difference of the rose gold is. So I have the gold here, I have the antique copper, then I have the antique brass, and the rose gold. So the rose gold is very much, I would say, a true rose gold. That when looking at it next to the gold, it's going to have more of a little bit of a coppery look to them, but nowhere near the copper color. It's a really soft color. And if you watch my YouTube videos, you know that I love that Duracoat champagne and apricot. If you're thinking seed bead wise, what's going to match with that rose gold, I would think the apricot color in the Miyuki seed bead is going to be pretty much a perfect match for that. So that's one of the things. Gemstone grab bags are back, as well as bow trios are back in stock. And then I'll talk to you a little bit in a tiny bit about one of the newest beads that we have as well. What I do like to do during these live videos is go over what happened this week in the different videos. So on Saturday, I did a better beater on how to organize beads. It is amazing the comments that have happened already with suggestions and ideas to that better beater, how to organize, and I really wanted the video to be really interactive. So if you haven't checked out that video yet, check out that video and use your comments below. I've had fun reading through all the comments, people's suggestions about the different ways that they organize, the different tricks and techniques, what stores they go to buy tackle boxes and organize, and add in that conversation, because it really does help, and it's really an interactive Better Beater video that so many people have different ideas and so many people have different suggestions. One of these suggestions, actually, I had shown a needle case, or the wooden needle cases, and Rhonda wants to see a needle case cover. So you can let me know what type of needle case cover video you would like to see. If you would like to see one with peyote stitch, if you want to see it just with delicas, let me know what you want to see, and I will actually create a video with that needle case cover. I know the needle case cover, sometimes it's just a peyote strip, sometimes it goes over the top. Also, let me know what kind of detail you would like to see it in, and we can make that needle case cover YouTube tutorial happen. So let me know that, and we can definitely make that occur and make that happen. And based on this kind of stream, if I go back into that stream of answering people's questions, one of the things with the actual YouTube versus Facebook is that the delay kind of grows and it's even longer. So I'm just seeing comments now about rose gold, which I talked about a minute ago. So keep in mind, I'll come back to the comments if I do not see it again. But I am going to do one of those needle case covers for Rhonda, which was on that How to Organize Bead video. Again, if you haven't checked out that video, check it out, and please comment below and let us know exactly your techniques and your tips for organizing. It's been a really great interactive Better Beater, which is really what I want them to be. On Monday was the ribbon bracelet. So I'll come back here and you can see the ribbon bracelet. So this is the ribbon bracelet, and one of the things last week that I had said is that I would start really kind of showing them and wearing them. Actually, this is kind of a fun bracelet just to see on simple stringing wire, and all I did was do a button and a loop. It's not even done on threaded needle. This is the ribbon bracelet. So the ribbon bracelet features and uses the round, or the 2-hole cab rather, in the 6mm. If you don't have that, you can also use a round trio. I used a super duo, but you can throw in a mini duo. One thing that I suggested during the video is if you don't want to kind of have that really, really big ribboning effect, you can use a smaller bead as the connector and the beads on the sides, and that's going to get you a different look completely from the actual super duos and those actual kind of snaking effect when you're working on it. So keep in mind, when you're looking at and when you're working with the ribbon bracelet, there's a lot of variety. There was recently a whole question series on our Facebook group for beading and jewelry making about multi-hold beads versus not multi-hold, and people love them, people hate them. It's always a really, really fun interactive group there, and this is always a super fun interactive topic. So some people love multi-hold beads, some people hate multi-hold beads. I'm trying to win those haters over, but everybody's entitled really to their own opinions. And one thing that somebody had said in one of the comments that I really, really loved was to watch our YouTube videos, because yes, there's so many beads out there and there's such a variety of beads out there, but the great thing is that in our videos I try as much as possible to give you other options. So it's not just the idea of using the same exact beads, it's more so the idea of trying it out with different beads, different selections. You could take the super duo, use a bar. You could take the bar and instead use a brick and make it a little bit bigger. So try out different beads, try out a different variety, and let us know in these videos what you use and what you make. On Tuesday was the Jingle Bell ornament. So where'd my Jingle Bell ornament go? And I feel like the Jingle Bell ornament is way better to see kind of upright, because it's really hard to picture and to focus on that Jingle Bell that's hanging. So I have the Jingle Bell ornament here to show you, because it's really cute hanging up, and I know it was a really hard picture to show. Cheryl had done this Jingle Bell ornament as actually one of the classes in our old Mechanicsburg location, and I thought I would do it here, and I added a little bit more bling kind of to the bottom with those Potomac crystal bicones. One of the things that somebody commented on in this video was that it was hard to follow the right angle weave for a new beginner. I know right angle weave is one of those stitches that it's really, really difficult for people to get. So the difference in the right angle weave from the individual versus the multi needle is really difficult. So I thought what I would do actually is gather some materials and do that right angle weave for you live. That way, even though the voice is behind, even though the screen's behind, you can comment about that. And I may even have Anna come back here and have those comments to me live if they're coming through. That way we can see. I thought what I would do is actually go into the actual ornament and show you that right angle weave in live screen. So I'll do that in a couple minutes. We'll get started with that live right angle weave tutorial and show you how to do that Christmas bell. That way we answer questions right away, getting down to this right angle weave and showing you that 1 hole versus 2 hole right angle weave. So I'll go ahead and show you that 1 hole, 2 hole right angle weave and go in and kind of show you with a variety of crystals and a variety of colors. So that was our Tuesday's Jingle Bell ornament, and I feel like I need to go ding, ding, ding. So hi to Petra and hi to Irene as well. Merry Christmas to you that are just joining us. Those of you just joining us know that I have been told that the volume was not working originally, even though I checked it. In addition to that, I believe our volume is a little bit behind. And if I do jump back to topics, it's because the stream is a little bit behind as well. So good morning to Jane also, and to everybody joining us. So going on, again, Monday was the ribbon bracelet. Saturday was how to organize beads. Again, if you haven't checked out that video, please, please comment below. It's really exciting to see everybody's different ideas and different opinions. And I feel like that's a video that we really can come back to and then say, and here's all the other things that were said in the comments and the awesome suggestions that our fans and our subscribers and our community had. So check that one out. Then I did the ribbon bracelet as well on Monday, and also the Jingle Bell ornament. On Wednesday, we published the design live, and I brought back to show you kind of the first example of what I'm doing with our new halo beads. And I thought I brought back a couple more, but it looks like I'll just show you from the bracelet exactly what I brought back. And I'm a bit blurry for you. You can actually, Linda, if I am a little bit blurry for you, it may be the actual stream, but it's also, in addition to that, you can change on your YouTube video the streaming quality that you see a video in, because with the different videos, your computer automatically picks a slower, less clear version because it doesn't take up as much width as far as broadband and download time. So a lot of times, especially if you're watching this after the fact, you can go back into your YouTube settings below the video and actually change the clarity to be in a higher clarity because the recording is done in a higher clarity. So you may not know that you can do with that. So on Wednesday, Anna and I did a little bit of a different version of Design Live. We took our beads and we both started with different designs, and then we switched our beads and kind of went off the chart and started to design with each other's designs. So it was a fun thing to do, and I wanted to show the newest bead that we introduced there. So this is our newest bead. This is called the halo bead. So I'm kind of highlighting the halo bead. It's the newest metal bead of the Potomac family. And I have it here. I was just playing around, kind of seeing what I got. And you're welcome, Linda. Let me know if that works for you. It's hard sometimes to change it midstream, but you usually can do that as well. So the halo bead is actually a 6mm bead, and it's a little bit bigger than 6 because we wanted to make sure that all of those 6mm stay inside. And when it says 6mm, it means it's in a range generally from maybe like 5.8 to like 6.9. Sometimes the different manufacturers, especially with gemstone beads, it won't be a perfect 6mm. So when designing the halo bead, we got to go to Greece this past year, and we went to Greece in October. We got to go to the factory, see how these were made and manufactured. We'll have some videos coming with that as well. But I wanted to show you, this is our new halo bead. I have some videos. I was playing around with them last night, and I was hoping to show you some of the designs. I forgot them at home. So yeah, so I will be showing them to you later and recording them, but I did forget them. But we have the halo in a 1-hole and a 2-hole bead. So this is the 2-hole halo with the round trio inside. It has 2 holes, one coming out the top and the bottom. And like the actual bow trios, they're made of Zamic, and they have we have gold, silver, gunmetal, antique, as well as the brass color too. So check those out. They're going to be used a lot, and it is fun to start the design and switch halfway through. But Bella Buckman, Design Live from last night, is posted on the Facebook group. So yeah, so it's pasted on the Facebook group if you want to see that as well and check that out. Also, a little fun thing, Bella is going to join me since she's has Christmas break. She's going to join me in some videos because I made my daughter's day she is obsessed with YouTube and kind of closely monitor what she watches, but I made her day and became really cool because I have a silver play button, which I didn't even know she knew anything about, but I have it here in the window at the bead store, and apparently I'm pretty cool now because I have a silver play button, which is when you get into a certain amount of subscribers, you get a silver play button. So thank you all for making me seem really cool to my daughter. But because of that and that introduction, she wants to earn her own silver play button, and like Mom, wants to do YouTube videos. So I brought her in for some of the videos that are coming up to play around with, to watch with family members during Christmas break, and I'll be making more with her and showing you how to do some kids designs as well. I really love the craft of making jewelry. I love the idea of the textileness of it, use of hands, even teaching children at a young age. Hence the video that was published yesterday. So yesterday, I got to play around with my niece, Chloe, about a week ago, or 2 weeks ago. Her parents both had Christmas things that they were doing. Her dad and mom are really, really creative. Actually, her mom makes jewelry, and I got to make some lava stone jewelry with Chloe. So it was a hoot working and trying to film actually just recently 3-year-old, she just had a birthday, and trying to film her and keep her from not just destroying my bead mat and throwing beads everywhere, which is really what she wanted to do. She was here at the bead store with me. I had to come in and grab some things on a Saturday, and she was here with her grandma, with Nana, and I thought, let's put her behind a camera. It would be fun. And yeah, she was a hoot to have. Actually, just looking at it, these lava beads in the 6mm would look really, really great and rich in the 1-hole with the actual halo bead. In the 6mm also, it would prevent the sides of, once that oil soaks in, from actually kind of rubbing along the sides of the clothing. So great idea for the halo beads. You can buy them already. They are available on PotomacBeads.com. And I believe they will be available soon on EU if they're not already. I'm not sure whether or not the shipment arrived there. I believe it did, though. So complete kit with all the beads used in the demonstration. So Wendy asked that, kind of going back. When you go back into the YouTube videos, below the YouTube videos, and when you're looking at them, in the description, which is kind of right near that like and that subscribe button, there's always a list in there with links that are the exact beads and colors that are used. So I actually answered this question this morning for somebody. And if you want to know, say for the ribbon bracelet, exactly what the colors that are used in the ribbon bracelet are below the video. So not in this live video, but in our regular videos, when you hit that show more, it's going to give you links to purchase all the materials from us at PotomacBeads.com, as well as PotomacBeads.eu. If you keep scrolling down, it actually gives you links to the exact colors that are used in the video. So you can get the exact colors used in the video. We are working on kitting more jewelry, but it's a lot of work to do the kits. So actually, I'll be telling you kind of in the future about the different kits and kind of expanding them. And really what we want from you is to say in some of those videos and comment the ones that you want to see as kits. Comment and let us know, because we're looking for customer feedback to let us know what videos and which ones you would love to see as a kit. We're going to be using that to gauge how much and how successful kind of that kit would be, because they are a lot of work for us to put together and to get those beads all counted out, making sure we have the instructions and the instructions made. So when you want to see kits, let us know in the YouTube videos. The YouTube videos are always going to come before the written pattern as well as the kits. Let us know in that video, in that below that subscribe and like button, which ones you want to see as kits, and that'll help us to plan out what kits we are introducing and launching in the next month, 2 months, and quarters as we go forward. So yeah, going back, super excited about the halo bead. It's such a rich looking bead. I've seen other kind of bead frames in different sizes, and we have some. This is kind of impeccable. That, yeah, it has a little bit of a seam around the edge because of the way that it's manufactured. You're not going to escape that, but it is a beautiful bead, and it adds so much look and so much class to the design. Even the video that you're going to see with Bella, she may pick kind of different colors and different varieties and use the beads different than what I was thinking. But that's part of the charm, like I was saying earlier with everybody's Facebook comments. Everybody has different opinions, everybody has different ideas and different ways that they want to use the beads or what beads they want to use. So stay tuned for that as well. So the Thursday question with the lava stone jewelry that I wanted to hit on was the idea that people wanted to know some more details about the lava stone. Somebody asked about dropping the oils on. You can do more than a bracelet, and you can do more, you don't have to do this many lava stone beads. So this is actually the bracelet after Chloe did her design for her mom. We sat down and did one for her. Now, the deal with the lava stone, why it's used, is because it's really porous. It is lava that has been hardened, and it's really porous, and it'll hold in and really kind of saturate with those oils. You can drip the oils on. With a 6mm, again, stick a halo bead on, would class it up and make it look so nice. You could even just do one and put that on. That would look really pretty, and do gemstones. A lot of people will do them with chakra stones with them. We have the chakra stone, and actually links to the chakra stone would be great, that we have strands already, and grab a strand of the lava stone. With the lava stone, it is porous, and that's why it's used a lot for the essential oils. You can also use it and make a pendant out of it, something like that as well, but there's a number of different ways that you can use the lava stone in that jewelry. Also, some people will use coral and different versions of coral. We have some white coral that you can use as well for that design. So as kind of promised with these new videos are the idea of going back to some of the videos that we were going to do.
You just answered my question.
Oh yeah, can you use sponge coral too? Anna brought back a little note. Can you use sponge coral? You can also use sponge coral. I could have saved her a walk from the front of the store to the full back of the store. Yes, you can use sponge coral. You could use regular coral too. But the reason that lava stone is usually used also because the oil won't affect the color, so you won't see it. If you use coral, you may start to see the different oils, like the one that I put that goes through the kitchen that Heather, Chloe's mom, gave me was has a little bit of a yellow tint because it's a citrus based and just smells really good. So I have that in the humidifier in our dry old house. And but yeah, you could use coral and sponge coral. But again, the lava stone is usually used because the oils will turn to different colors. So check that out as well. The other thing that you can do, and not many people think about this, is if you put a padding or a felt pad on the back of any pendant, you can actually drop a little bit. So I should have brought this back. This is kind of just on the fly that I was thinking about this. Here, let's use one of these. Let's see if I have a pendant here. Thinking about this on the fly. Say my pendant is completely full, so it's not open like this wreath is, but if it's completely full and it has something in the middle, you can actually take a padding or a backing, usually felt is used, sew it onto the back almost like bead embroidery. You could even, if the whole thing is used, glue it onto the back. So if you have a cabochon that you're doing or any bead embroidery, and you could drop the oils right onto there, wear it as a necklace and have that on for you. So that's an idea if you are an essential oil person and you wear essential oils, you can actually back the design with that. So going in now, I don't like to make these kind of lives too long for these weekly wrap-ups. I also wanted to show, while I have the camera kind of down here, little update from Anna's science project that she's doing. Some of you have already picked up our Permalac, which is going to be in a container here. You can see you need to mix it just like nail polish. This one here is the semi-gloss or no, sorry, the matte. So there's matte and semi-gloss if you don't want that shine on. So this is going to be that matte colored, and the matte colored is going to keep things matted. It's not going to give that shine. And with this protective coating, this Permalac, Anna is doing a little experiment. I can see the side that's rubbing off here, that it's not kind of staying on. She did pink so she would know which side she didn't do it on and which side she did. And I can see it's crystal, so it's a little bit harder to see, but it's coming off pretty much there. And on the Permalac side, it looks good. It looks darn good, actually. So it's working really well. It hasn't discolored the beads, and we're usually doing that store. So what store do I usually work out of? So Carol, I am here in our Hagerstown, Maryland store. Previous to here, and sometimes during the summer, I get to go down to our Ocean City, New Jersey store. That's actually my parents' store, so a little shout out. Talked them out of retirement and into opening a bead store. So there's a store in Ocean City, New Jersey that my parents retired. They moved down there part-time, and they own that as well. So we're in the Hagerstown warehouse. Thank you for the correction there. That we've really gone more from a retail store to a warehouse setting, which allows me to record these lives, and I don't have customers being loud in the background, as well as the time to make all of these great changes, make more designs, make more interaction between the community that we have online. So we're switching a little bit more into that warehouse mode from an actual store. But we are currently still open on Fridays. So come 10 o'clock, we'll have people kind of walking in the store and picking out things, as well as by appointment. Again, the reason that we've been changing more into kind of that warehouse is because it allows us to do so much more, to connect with more people, and really to become more global rather than just here local in Hagerstown. It's still fun to come in and see the 5,000 square feet of beads, and you can certainly shop while you're here. Like I was saying, we have a store too in Ocean City, New Jersey, and that is open seasonally. It's only closed for February, and then other than that, during the summer, it's open 7 days a week. I make guest appearances down there, but I try to stay away actually so I can enjoy the beach and the shore. So I go down to the shore a little bit and hang out at the Ocean City location there. And then also we've been doing once a year, I get to go to our Alexandria, Minnesota store. So Deb and Kyle there are awesome. They also retired and opened a bead store, and for some reason decided to go to Alexandria, Minnesota. Actually, it's a really cute little lake area that's freezing, but they're there. So if you ever have any questions or anything that you want and you're on that area and that side of the country, check out the store in Minnesota as well. So yes, so we kind of travel all over and have fun doing that as well. But going now into the idea of changing out these wrap-ups and these design lives, I like to go back each week into one of the videos and answer questions or go more in depth or trade out what beads I'm working with. So the main video that kind of is seasonal right now that had questions was the Jingle Bell ornament. So the Jingle Bell ornament is based on peyote stitch, but also right angle weave. I know right angle weave is really hard to kind of grasp and to get, especially for you new beaders. So I have needles and thread, I think, yeah, have needles and thread here, one of which has one needle going on, and then one of which, nope, has one needle going on as well. I'll put another needle on to the other end. I wanted to show you kind of one needle and two needle. But what I thought I would do is take this, kind of move our things out of the way here, take this Jingle Bell ornament and kind of deconstruct it for you, just doing the right angle weave portion. So it's right angle weave, and then it's peyote stitch, and then it's netting. So it's a lot of different things in one, and I get that it's actually kind of hard. So yes, when we include the back square footage, Nathan's correcting me, it's bigger than you even think. So what I thought I would do is show you how to do that right angle weave. It seems to be that we've caught up a little bit. We're getting in better time, so hopefully this should be a little bit clearer and you can ask questions as we have them. But I brought back a number of different colors of the bicones in the Potomac bicones. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a color, and then I'm going to switch colors to make this easier to see and easier to learn. So I'm going to go in here. Let's see if we can see these. Some are brighter, some are darker. I probably should have grabbed all darker. But as you can see, the first thing that I'm doing to learn this stitch, if you're not familiar with it, is I'm putting out different beads. So I'm putting out different beads in different colors, and you'll notice I put out 4 of the dark blue, then I put out 3 of the alexandrite, which sometimes looks purple, sometimes looks blue. Put out 4 of the green in that emerald color. 3 of my smoky topaz. So I'm going 4, 3, 3, 3. And then I'm going to put out, I have another one here that I'll put out these dark green color in a set of 3. And then the last one that I'm going to put out, we are going to go, let's go over here to this. I'm going to go actually back to the lighter purple. And for that, I'm only going to put out 2 beads. So the reason that I'm doing this and I'm trying to show this is because right angle weave can be difficult. So, oh, you're trying to do the bell with 6mm bicones. That would be really, really pretty. Let me know, Goon, how it works out with that 6mm and then what you had to change. I'm assuming in between, if you do want to do it with 6mm, what you'll have to change while working on it is instead of doing 1 super duo in the middle here, you're definitely going to have to use 2. You may also have to go in and actually put a 15-0 or so on the sides, but let me know with it here. So I'm going to actually pull the camera in a little bit closer so you can see in a little bit more detail here exactly what I'm doing. And that'll take a little bit of a refocus so that way we get it nice and close for you. And this is going to give you the opportunity to kind of see it up close as possible. So I have this actual bead stopper on, and I'm using black thread, which with crystals, I normally would not use black thread. But I am using the black thread because it's going to make it easier for you to see. So with this here, I have these 4 beads. The first thing I'm going to do is take these 4 blue metallic crystals and put them onto my needle. And we're going to let them drop next to this stop bead. Right angle weave is a series of 4 beads. What's going to happen is that we're basically going to make a box or a square out of these beads. We're going to refer to it as the sides of the box as well as the top or the bottom of the box. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to sew back through 3 of your beads. When I sew back through, we're not actually sewing back through those, we're sewing through again. So we're going to start at that stop bead and we are going to sew through the 3 beads from the stop bead, making sure we're not sewing through the stop bead, and just sew through those 3 beads that are on and come on out. So that's going to put 2 pieces of thread through those first 3 beads and then 1 piece. The bicones will sit together and fit together nicely, creating that box. You just have to give it a little tight squeeze. This is also the basis for the Anytime necklace, which is why I'm showing this kind of in depth and detail, because that necklace has been really well received online. So here I have a top and a bottom. I'm going to have a left side, which we're going to know is the left because it starts with the stop bead, and a right side. What I'm going to do is add 3 more beads, which is going to create my next box. The reason I'm not adding 4 is because the bead that I'm coming out of is already going to be there, and it's going to become the left side of my new box. Adding 3 more beads on, I'm going to add 3 in that alexandrite color. And what I'm going to do to get it in a circle and get it in a box is sew through that bead that my thread is coming out of. So I'm going to sew down through what is now going to be the left-hand side of my new right angle weave box. Pulling close then, you can see that box is created, but I'm on the left side of the box. I need to get to the right side of the box so that way I can make another box on it. So the left side here is that blue bead. The bottom is going to be the first alexandrite, and then the right side alexandrite is what I want my thread and needle coming out of. So after you add your 3 beads on, you're always going to sew back through the bead that you're using to help join. From there, you're going to sew through 2 more beads. So you're always going to want to come out the right bead. You're going to sew through the bottom, and then you're going to sew through that right bead, going this time from bottom towards the top. We're going to add our next box on by adding 3 more beads. You'll notice this time we're coming out of the top of that right angle box. Last time we were coming out of the bottom. Right angle weave is always going to switch as you're working with it. So I have 3 more beads on. And I'm coming out of the top of that right side of the box previously in that Alexandrite color, which that right side is now going to become the left side of my new box that I'm using the green for. I'm going to sew back through that first bead where the thread is coming out of. So that's my first bead I'm sewing through to create my circle. And then I'm going to sew through 2 beads, making sure again that I'm coming out through the right side of the box that I just made. I'm going to sew through the top bead this time because it's always going to alternate like a figure 8. And then I'm sewing through that right side bead, making sure that my thread is coming out of that right side. Again, it's going to be coming out the bottom this time, which it came out the top of the Alexandrite right bead. It came out the bottom of the blue right bead. So now my green right bead is going to become the left of my next box. So the left next box will use, let's use that topaz color. Again, we have 3 beads that are on here. I'm coming out the bottom of the green bead. And then as I go into the top of the green bead, that changes the green bead from being the right side of the green box to the left side of that smoky topaz box. After I sew through that bead, I'm going to sew through 2 more beads. So I'm going through the bottom this time of the smoky topaz. And I went through the bottom of the Alexandrite because that's 2 boxes ago. And then I'm going to come out through my right side of my box, going from the bottom towards the top. So that's going to get into the next right angle box. I'm going to do 1 more box here, and I'll sew with my green beads here. Adding 3 more beads. I'll do this a little bit faster, going through and making that loop. I switch it in my hand. There's a little thing to follow. Sew through that next bead and sew through 2 beads. So that way you're coming out again, that right-hand side. The last 2 beads I have in this Alexandrite color, we're going to use to connect the raw together. So for those 2 raw beads, I have on here my 1 Alexandrite. We're going to be using the left bead here of that emerald, and I'm going to be doing the left side box here is going to, or the right of this green box is going to become the left of my last box. The Alexandrite beads are going to become the top and the bottom, and the right side is going to be that first blue bead. We're going to be linking them together. So I have on the Alexandrite coming out to create the bottom of my box. This is going to be the left of my box, and now to get to the right of my box, I'm going to go to the other side, back to that stop bead, oops, and go up through that blue. And it's hard to keep it nice and tight when I'm doing it on screen. What that's going to do is it's going to be magic. You'll watch and see. It's going to pull it together. So that way, I'm starting to get another box. So now, that green bead there, which was my right side of my last, is now on the right there. I'm going to add in another one of my Alexandrite beads to complete this box. And I came over, remember, to that starter side. And I'm going to go into then that last green bead there and finish off that box. That's going to make a little ring, and that's going to be my starter for that actual bell piece. So the right angle weave, when you're doing it, you're thinking that you're adding 3 beads at a time. That 4th bead that's part of that box is always coming from the box previously. It's going to go from the right side of the previous box to now the left side of the new box. When you're adding more rows onto that right angle weave, I would actually check out the Art Deco earrings. That shows how you add additional rows onto the right angle weave, and I think it's pretty clear and really well done in that video. Not to toot my own horn, but when I got done, I thought, hopefully this is that one that teaches people how to progress and do that multiple rows of that right angle weave. One thing that I did want to show, and this is just, I'll drop this needle a little bit further down on my piece, and I'll pick up another needle here. All right, I had that other one, and I dropped it. All right, here it is. So if you have 2 needles that are on, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to steal this one off here. So this is a really fun, here, I'll let you watch me do this. I'm gonna see if I can get my needle on here. If I can't get it on right away, you get to actually see me kind of bite the end of the cord. I would recommend using a needle nose pliers, but you're able to kind of wiggle that in right away and put that needle through. And if you need to, my pliers, you can grab a set of pliers and kind of pull that through. And there you go. Once you have 2 needles on, I'm going to show that exact same right angle weave. So I got it threaded pretty easily. I've got that right angle weave. Got it, Anna. Anna came back to thread my needle. I heard her. So I'm going to go and actually have these these red beads here, which show a little preview of the beautiful beads that my daughter used together here. And what I'm going to show is how to do the 2 needle right angle weave as well, for those of you wondering how to do it with 2 needles. 2 needles is not going to get it as tight and as easy kind of to work with, but I wanted to show the 2 needle method as well. If you're a new beginner, it might be easier to do the 2 method. So I have on my first bead here, and I have my 4 red 6mm beads that are going to become part of my right angle weave. I drop the first one on, and then with my right needle, I pick up 1 bead. With my left needle, I pick up 1 bead. Drop those down. To create the box, I'm going to take my 4th bead and take 1 needle through from the right going towards the left, and the next needle through from the left going towards the right. Making sure I pull my needles, I'm going to pull them equally so I have the same amount of thread on each side, and that creates my first right angle unit. Again, this red bead is going to become part of that next right angle unit. When I'm doing it vertically like this, I think of the fact that I'm adding, and the top is now going to become the bottom is going to become the top rather than sides. I'll add my rondelles here, which will sit a little bit funky, but they were handy and close by. I add a bead on each side of the needle, and then my next needle, bead to the right, and then this one comes in on the left. Pull that needle down, and that's my next right angle unit. Again, I'll do 1 more just to show you that simplified right angle. It's not going to get it as tight. You have the advantage that you can do it sometimes quicker depending on your 2 needle skills, but it's not going to get it, like I said, as tight. You're going to end up with a little bit less thread actually used, but you do have to have 2 needles in your hand. Then my last bead that I'm going to end is 1 going from the left and 1 going towards the right. And you can see then those right angle units as we progress. Right angle weave stitch is one of those that it really is so simple, but sometimes it takes just that step-by-step learning. I realized as I was doing the Christmas bell that I wanted to come back and kind of address this. And if you want to, you could have done this with 2 needles, taking 1 needle towards the top, 1 needle towards the bottom as you're working. Because again, the Christmas bell is one of those fun challenges that uses right angle weave, netting, and peyote stitch. So it's kind of that multi-hold peyote stitch all in one. But I wanted to kind of refocus on that right angle weave, showing you that technique right away off of this and actually seeing that right angle weave close up. So kind of to top off and to finish out this live, I wanted to go over what we started with, that new logo, which is in the corner and the top. So if you're joining us and you just saw the new logo, hopefully you like it. In addition to that new logo, we had the Gemstone grab bags. Check those out as well. Saturday was that how to organize our beads. So if you haven't checked out Saturdays, check out that Saturday video, join in that conversation below. Tuesday was the Jingle Bell, which I went over. Monday with ribbon. Wednesday, the design live with those introduction of those new halo beads. So check those out. And then Thursday, yesterday, we did the lava stone jewelry. That's wrapping up this version of the YouTube live. Thanks so much for joining me. Again, Merry Christmas to all, to you and your family. I'll be joining you live one more time before the new year, so we'll kind of get to that. If you are a regular observer of our Facebook Live or our YouTube Live, we're going to be skipping Facebook Live on Tuesday. It is Christmas. I'm not working and I'm spending time with family, so we're not going to be on Facebook Live on Tuesday. We'll be doing a little bit of a design live, wrap up kind of what's going on Friday though. So join me Friday here again at 9 o'clock and we'll go over more things as well too. Yeah, the diagonal stitch video is going to be the right angle weave with 2 needles, so thanks for that little update as well. As always, thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you want to, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel. You'll get regular updates. You get a little ding when I go live, so that's helpful because you know that it's live and you don't miss anything, as well as letting us know, again, with those thumbs up that you like these new wrap-up videos, seeing and all the different beading that we're doing, and kind of join in that community as well. Again, you can comment below, let us know more things that you want to see, more questions that you have, and we'll get to them after the video as well. For now, Merry Christmas to all, and thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your little holiday break here, and have fun creating some of the new designs from this week.